Sherwin Williams' popular beige colors are making a comeback. They're not the yellow beiges, the orange beiges, the gold beiges, or pink beiges. Instead, these beige paint colors can instantly update your home and modernize your home when paired correctly. And for those of you that have a lot of earthy fixed elements and you just want your home to feel lighter and brighter, then I recommend checking out these 5 beige paint colors that everyone should know about. Number 5 on the list is Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground. It's considered a light beige, and the undertone is a green beige grayish. And what that means is that neutral ground has just a little bit of a gray, and that's what's muting the yellow undertones. Also, it has just a touch of green, and that's what's bringing the warmth in Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground, and it doesn't look like the yellow beiges of the early 2000s. Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground pairs really well with earthy fixed elements and some cool fixed elements, but when it comes to cool fixed elements, that's a different topic for another time. The purpose of this video is to talk about the basics of what you need to know. So with Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground, if you have earthy flooring such as light or medium brown hardwood flooring, or maybe weathered gray flooring, or just a beautiful neutral hardwood flooring, then chances are Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground is going to pair really well with the flooring that you have in your home. But where it gets complicated is if you're thinking about painting Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground throughout your entire home, then you've got to pay close attention to the small details, and this is where most people make the mistake. So what I mean by this is you need to focus on the fixed elements that you have in your bathroom, in your kitchen, throughout your home, your floorings and your countertops. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's just say that you moved into a new home and the fixed elements are really warm and earthy, but the kitchen cabinet was painted a cool gray. And let's just use Sherwin Williams Repose Gray as an example. And if you were to paint your walls with Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground, it's going to make those kitchen cabinets look more gray and cooler than it really is. And it's going to make Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground look more beigey, and it just doesn't flow well together. It's not cohesive. It's not harmonious. So this is why it's so important to get a paint sample and compare Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground with the fixed elements that you have in your home. I want you to get this right. When it comes to lighting, Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground does a pretty good job in south-facing rooms. It doesn't look washed out for the most part. However, for those of you that have large 20-foot windows and you have a lot of windows and your home is south-facing, I've seen this happen many times over the years where neutral ground does look washed out. In that case, you need to go warmer and more muted paint colors to counter all that natural lighting that you're receiving in your home. But in a north-facing room, if you don't have a lot of natural lighting or you have a lot of shadows, don't be surprised if neutral ground leans a little bit more on the grayish side. It has a tendency to feel a little bit muddy, and sometimes it just falls flat. So the bottom line is this: neutral ground, when you pair it correctly, is absolutely beautiful. And for those of you that want to create that light, airy, warm, and inviting ambiance in your home, then I recommend trying out Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground. Number 4 on the list is Sherwin Williams White Duck. It's considered a light beige. It's pretty close to Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground, but it's just a little bit lighter. The undertone is a green beige grayish, so that little bit of gray is muting the yellow. It's got a little bit of a green undertone, and that's what's bringing the warmth in Sherwin Williams White Duck. So don't be surprised to see the green undertone, especially with White Duck, because it's known to be a chameleon, and this is where lighting is going to play a key role on how this paint color could look like in your home. When it comes to fixed elements, Sherwin Williams White Duck pairs well with earthy fixed elements such as flooring that has cream, beiges, taupes, or maybe you have hardwood flooring that's white oak, or light or medium brown hardwood flooring pairs well with Sherwin Williams White Duck. When it comes to kitchen cabinet paint colors, it pairs well with Sherwin Williams Pure White, Sherwin Williams West Highland White, or Sherwin Williams Greek Phillip, Aqua, or even Sherwin Williams Alabaster, just to name a few. But for those of you that are thinking about painting your kitchen cabinets Sherwin Williams White Duck, this is where a lot of people make mistakes. It's not selecting the right kitchen countertop. So I'm going to just give you a quick tip on an excellent kitchen countertop that pairs beautifully with Sherwin Williams White Duck. It's called MSI Carrera Mesca. It's a warm off white. It has just a touch of gray and a hint of gold beige undertones, and it pairs beautifully with Sherwin Williams White Duck. When it comes to lighting, Sherwin Williams White Duck can look washed out in south facing rooms, and in north facing rooms it has a tendency to lean a little bit more on the gray side, and it does look muddy, but not when you pair it correctly. But there's something else that I really want you to know about this paint color. It's known to be a chameleon, so expect it to change throughout the day. And if you're okay with that, then this is a beautiful paint color for those of you that want to create that light and airy ambiance in your home. Number 3 on the list is Sherwin Williams Canvas Tan. It's a little bit warmer, it's a little bit darker than Sherwin Williams Neutral Ground and Sherwin Williams White Duck. The undertone is a green beige, and it's that slight green beige undertone is what's giving you the warmth without leaning too much like a yellow beige. And speaking of that, it has a tendency, Canvas Tan, when paired not correctly, it can look a little bit like a yellow beige. But when you pair it correctly, that's not an issue. So just be really careful what you read out there online. A lot of the comments when you hear people say it looks like a yellow beige is because they didn't pair it correctly. So please get a paint sample, and I want you to pair this correctly, and that will not be an issue for you. When it comes to fixed elements, Sherwin Williams Canvas Tan does a good job of pairing with earthy fixed elements. For example, for those of you that have a fireplace surround that has limestone, creams, beiges, taupes, orange beiges, or even warm grays, it's going to do a really good job of pairing with these type of undertones. But this is where a lot of people start making the mistake with Sherwin Williams Canvas Tan. And I'm just going to use one example. Let's say that your kitchen cabinets is a cool off-white. Maybe it's Sherwin Williams Snowbound. Or maybe you have a true off-white kitchen cabinet. It could be high reflective white, or it could be Sherwin Williams Extra White. And if you're thinking about painting your main interior walls Canvas Tan, this is where Canvas Tan is going to look like that yellow beige. So it's really important that you get this right. I don't want you to make this mistake. When it comes to lighting, Sherwin Williams Canvas Tan has a tendency to look washed out in a south-facing room. And if you receive a lot of natural lighting, don't be surprised if it leans a little bit more on the yellow side. But when it comes to a north-facing room, it does a pretty good job of holding to its true colors. No issues really to say about that. But when it comes to artificial lighting, it's important that you have a 3500K with a CRI of 93 or higher. If you go lower than 3500K, this is where Canvas Tan can look a little bit like a yellow beige. So it's so important to get your artificial lighting right. Overall, Sherwin Williams Canvas Tan is a paint color that I've used hundreds of times over the years. And when you pair it correctly, it can instantly update your home and make it feel light, warm, and inviting. I help thousands of online clients every year select the right interior or exterior paint colors that's going to pair correctly with their fixed elements, their interior decor. And I highly recommend you, if you want to save time and you want to get it right and you don't want to make a costly mistake, then book an appointment to speak with me in a live video call. I'm going to explain to you everything that you need to know. I'm going to tell you what will work and what will not work and why. And then the following morning, you're going to receive a detailed color kit that's going to give you the confidence knowing that it doesn't matter which paint color you select, you know it's going to be the right one for your home. And I highly recommend you read the reviews. I have over 600 reviews. See what clients have to say. I would love to help you. Next, I'm going to share with you the number 2 beige paint color that you need to know about. Number 2 on the list is Sherwin Williams Soji White. For those of you that are looking for the farmhouse look and you tried warm off whites, but it's just not working out, and you want to get a little bit more depth, a little bit more color, then perhaps Soji White just might be the right paint color for your home. The undertone is a green beige grayish. It's got just a little bit of a gray. It's muting the yellow, but you will still see a little bit of that yellow undertone in Soji White, and it does have just a hint of a green undertone. This is a really unique light grayish beige paint color, and for those of you that are looking to update your home and you want it to feel light, airy, warm, and inviting, this could be just the right paint color for you. It's important that you pair Sherwin Williams Soji White correctly with the type of fixed elements that you have in your home, especially if you have earthy fixed elements such as travertine flooring. If you have travertine flooring in your home and you're thinking about painting Soji White, just be mindful that it'll look more like a cream, a little bit more on the yellow beige side. Now, there's nothing wrong with that if that's intentional. I've done that in the right situation. Or, for example, if you have dark brown flooring or stained flooring that has a little bit of a red undertone, then Soji White is definitely going to look like a yellow beige. In that situation, I don't recommend that. Typically, Soji White does a better job of pairing with lighter, warm, earthy fixed elements, such as white oak flooring, or maybe just a really light, neutral hardwood flooring. In terms of kitchen cabinets, it does a good job of pairing with Sherwin Williams Pure White, Greek Villa, or Alabaster. But if you have gray kitchen cabinets, just be careful, because Soji White, in comparison to a gray kitchen cabinet, is going to look like a yellow beige, and it's going to make those kitchen cabinets look more gray. Lighting is going to play a key role on how Soji White could look like in your home, and it's really important to get this right, especially when pairing it with your fixed elements. If you have a south facing room that doesn't get too much natural lighting, then don't expect it to be washed out. It holds itself pretty good. But if you have a south facing room where you get a ton of natural lighting, then expect it to look washed out. I don't recommend Soji White. Go with something a little bit warmer, a little bit more earthy. In a north facing room, Soji White has a tendency to fall flat and can look dingy, again, if you don't pair it correctly. I've used this paint color so many times over the years, both interior and exterior application. Is absolutely beautiful. So if you want your home to feel light, airy, warm, and inviting, and if it pairs the right with your fixed elements, this is definitely the paint color for you. Number 1 on the list is Sherwin Williams Natural Tan. It's warm, it's inviting, it does a really good job with bossy fixed elements and earthy fixed elements. The undertone is a green beige. It doesn't lean like a yellow beige. It's pretty neutral in terms of the beige families of paint colors. And for those of you that have a home with a lot of old and outdated fixed elements and you can't afford to replace it, then perhaps Sherwin Williams Natural Tan just might be the paint color you're looking for. When it comes to fixed elements, Sherwin Williams Natural Tan is pretty versatile. It does a good job of pairing with kitchen countertops that have creams, taupes, beiges, or warm grays. And when it comes to kitchen cabinets, it pairs really well with creamy warm off whites, such as Sherwin Williams Alabaster or Sherwin Williams Greek Villa, or even a cream like Sherwin Williams Creamy or Sherwin Williams Dover White. But when it comes to fixed elements, it does a good job of working with those bossy fixed elements that have taupes and creams and beiges, or even orange beige undertones. And when you pair this correctly, it can make your space feel cohesive and harmonious. Sherwin Williams Natural Tan excels in south-facing rooms, holds its true color pretty well. In a north-facing room, don't be surprised if it looks a little bit muddy or it falls flat when you don't pair it correctly with the fixed elements that you have in your home. But when you pair it correctly, it can make that space feel cohesive, harmonious, warm, airy, and inviting. If you found this video helpful, please put a like, let me know. I want to hear from you, and I highly recommend you to subscribe to this channel if you want to get the most up-to-date paint color reviews that you can't get anywhere else. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.